Well, good morning from. No, I did not get blown into Fallon. The From that last video, the wind finally settled down really early in the morning, the following morning. So, but everything held up. So I walked into Fallon. So anyway, the goal today is I don't know, 15, 16 miles. And the reason is because I'm carrying a really heavy pack. This section is going to be 9 days without a resupply, so my pack is really heavy. And it's compounded by the fact that I got way too much food. So I probably could have gotten half the food that I have and still been okay. Or maybe at least 2/3 the food. Hi guys, how you doing? They're having their breakfast. They aren't even paying attention to me. So anyway, 9 days. It'll be I don't even know what it's going to be. Eventually get to a place called Middlegate, which is about 45 miles from here. Then we'll turn down and go through the base of some mountains, and then up and over the Arc Dome wilderness, and then into a place called Carver's. Well, hi, how you guys doing? Yeah, see, these guys are paying attention to me. Would you like a song? No? Okay. I can't sing to you. Come talk to me. No? All right. So anyway, I'll go into Carver's, just a little town out in the middle of nowhere. I think the resupply there is not going to be too great, but then I'll have to resupply for another 110 miles. So this is a 138 mile section without resupply. And then the next section will be 110 miles to Eureka, again through middle of nowhere kind of place. So it's a pretty heavy section. And the Arc Dome wilderness too, I think I'm getting up to almost, I'm getting up to 11,000 feet. But at least I'll be at the point where at least half of my food is eaten. So it'll be a little bit easier. So we'll see what happens. I'm also going to experiment with my mileage and my timing and my resting. See how that works out. But I'll tell you more about that later on. So that's the update from last time and from Fallon, and here we go. Well, it looks like I got a few miles to go. Austin, I'm bypassing south of. Eureka is actually, let's see, this leg is 138, and then to Eureka is 110, because I got to kind of wind around where all the water sources are. So 138 and 110. Ooh, that's a lot. 248 miles. So I'm adding 70 miles. Well, it's worth it to have water, yeah? Gotten back onto the old Lincoln Highway, the last vestiges of it anyway. And in fact, I think, as you can see it right up there, paralleling the road. I want to show you something else about this old road bed here. I don't know if, can you see that? The white paint there in the middle. So this road, right there, you can see that. This road hasn't been used since the days when it was a white stripe painted in between the lanes of opposing traffic, as opposed to a yellow stripe. And if I recall correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was about the mid-60s. I think of the early 60s, but at least by the mid-60s, the white stripes were replaced by yellow stripes separating traffic. So then you would have the delineation, yellow in the middle, and then the white stripes separating the lanes traveling in the same direction. Huh. And there's your driving history for today. Well, hey, is today my lucky day or what? There's a horseshoe. And if it, what is it? If it's pointing up, you're filling it up with good luck. Huh. But here's something actually kind of interesting. Can't read the sign, can you? Saltwell RV dump. And it's really interesting. RV dump out here in the middle of nowhere, Nothingsville. It's like, what? People are driving down the roads. Hey, look, there's an RV dump. Let's stop. All right, just thought you'd like to know. Well, the shadows are getting long. Say hello. About time to find a spot to camp, but the only thing is, zoom. Got these salt flats out here. And the salt flats out there where we were walking. And it looks like they come to an end quite a bit ways up there, so I think probably got another hour to walk or so. 6:20. And I think if we go to at least 7:20, 7:30, I've done 18 miles without even planning that. Although, I did have that 2-hour stop in Grimes Point, and I stopped 45 minutes back there, and I think I stopped a half hour somewhere else. I think I stopped somewhere else. So, anyway, continue the march. Well, I found a nice cozy spot here, or maybe most of you wouldn't call it cozy. But look at this. Got a little windbreak behind me here. Mountains back there. Got some nice little bushes. But take a look at this. A room with a view. Nice sunset dropping. Getting ready to go behind the horizon. And the highway is out that way about a half mile, so no one's gonna know we're out here, although we can see them. So if this isn't a great spot, I don't know what is, huh? It also looks like somebody else was here a long time ago. There's a little pile of wood, as if they were gonna have a fire. I wouldn't stay here if it was gonna be rainy. It's kind of a low lying spot, but anyway. So that's it for today. Our day out of Fallon. Tomorrow we're going to go see how Sand Spring looks like, and hopefully it is full like the BLM guy said, because I'm down to a liter of water and got 27 miles to Middlegate where we can fill up next. Guess I better get up early in the morning, huh? See you in the morning. Good morning. No. Good afternoon. I got a late start. How late do you ask? Well, it's afternoon. It's 12:30. So I had good intentions, really I did. But take a look from last night at this campsite I had. It's one of those spots where, I don't know, I just felt like it was part of it, Part of it, and then being part of it, it brings all these feelings. The feelings are all too complicated to describe, but if I was going to put it in one word, it's like a feeling, for me, it's a feeling of love being out in all this. So it's a late start. Don't know how far I'm going to go today, but I do know my immediate goal is got to get to Sand Springs, which is 5.5 miles that way, because I'm down to a half a liter water. And I'll probably load up with 3 or 4 liters to then get me the next 22 miles to, I'll probably get 4 liters, 22 miles to Middlegate Station. Middlegate Station is a little outpost cafe, campground. I think they got a few cheap rooms out there. And then from Middlegate Station, so that'll be, so today, Middlegate Station will be maybe late tomorrow. And then the next day I'll be turning up, I think, not this canyon here, but the next one up and over. And basically, I forget the name of those mountains, but a little bit further south is the Arc Dome Wilderness, so I'll be going up and over that. Even with this late start today, and feeling a bit draggy and unmotivated, the mitigating factor has been I've been able to walk on this old Lincoln Highway right of way instead of up there on the existing road. So it makes it nice. Also thinking too about Pony Express Road through here. We're going to come across it around the bend here. That's where the spring is. And then the interesting thing is the Pony Express station itself was a little bit up from the spring. I forget how far it is away from the spring, but if it's not too far, maybe we can take a side trip up there. Take a look at it. Probably while I'm waiting for the spring water to be purified with drops. From what I understand, the BLM guy said, yeah, it's not very pretty water. Well, salt flats over here. Sand dunes over here. Think I really am going to find a spring up ahead? Supposedly 2.8 more miles. I'm down to less than a half a liter. Water! Water! I need water! Well, look what I found here. Satisfaction when a plan comes to order here. Here's some nice looking water, right? We're gonna have to work on this. But Sand Springs, perfect timing. I've got my last swallow of water in my bottle. So we'll look and see if there's something more than just a natural seepage in, and if so, we can let some in and clean out this gunk. Otherwise, we take the water, gunk and all, and then filter it out, and then treat it, and filter it again. Sounds like a plan to me. Just in time. All right, so you may be asking yourself, you're really gonna, or asking me, you're really gonna drink this with all that gunk in there as well as those bugs? The answer is you gotta do what you gotta do, but it's actually a 3-step process. 4-step if you count clearing the gunk away from the surface of the water. The first step is you take these drops right here, and you put 7 drops into a cap of the water, And then you take 7 drops of these and drop them into the same cap of water. You let them react for 5 minutes, and then you dump that cap of stuff into the bottle itself. And then you take the bottle and then get your water, hoping that you don't get any of the scum in there. I tried to push it away. Let the bottle fill up. All right, it's full. Not too much scum. And then, oops, squeeze a little bit out. And then I'm going to take the cap, screw it back on. Shake it up. Shake, 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 shake. So we get all the stuff off the cap there. And then mix up the chemicals. And then set that aside for a half hour. And then the third step is going to put the filter on top of the bottle, and then drink from the bottle through the filter, which should filter out all the protozoa, amoebas, germs, whatever it is you call them in there. And then it should be good to go. So I got to wait half an hour for these bottles. So what I think I'm going to do here, I think I'm actually going to do 5 liters. And I'm going to gulp down 1 liter. And then let the 4 liters carry me the 22 miles to Middlegate. And what I'm going to do is, because you can see the sun is out, it's actually probably only about 78, but it feels warmer. Yes, I am really going to get up early tomorrow when the sun comes up and take off so that I can do the bulk of the miles when it's nice and cool. And I think I have discovered a craving that I have. You know, I've told you, in the past, it's always usually been watermelon and some concoction based on that. And on this trip, it's just been, I have no idea what it is. In fact, food itself doesn't even seem good, and sugar is blah. But when I was coming here, I had an aha moment. It was like, aha! Get some ginger ale or ginger beer, and get some lime juice, mix it up in the ginger beer, and then a little bit of cherry juice or grenadine. I'm going to try that. If they got it at Middlegate, I'm going to try it and report back. But anyway, that's our water purifying experiment. I probably can even forego the chemicals in the cap and just drink from the filter, but better safe than sorry, right? Oh, and you're probably asking what's in the chemicals. The first chemical is chlorine dioxide, the stuff that they treat your municipal water with, I think. And then the second chemical is phosphoric acid. So the chlorine dioxide comes in it's 2% of the solution in the one bottle, and the phosphoric acid is 5% solution, 5% of the solution in the second bottle. I don't know what the other ingredients are. So you chemists out there, what is the combination of chlorine dioxide and phosphoric acid? What is that chemical mixture, and what's it supposed to do? Let me know. I'd like to know what I'm drinking, and I'd like to know the taste that I'm drinking too. So if you're a chemist or you remember your high school chemistry, let me know what the 2% chlorine dioxide and the 5% phosphoric acid make up. Good morning. So after that water, I didn't die. Still kicking. In fact, so I ended up staying a couple hours at least over at that water. And then I went about another mile down the road and hung out in the afternoon, let it cool off, ate a little bit of stuff, and then took off after the sun went down, hiked into the night, and stopped about a little bit after midnight kind of out here, well, not kind of, but out here in the middle of nowhere. In fact, just right across from the Navy Top Gun range right over there. Didn't hear any bombs or anything like that. But you know what's interesting is through the night, I heard something that was like like grinding noise coming from the mountains. Sometimes it would go and then would stop. I was underneath, I was right next to one of these electric poles, and when it would start, it would vibrate the pole, and the stuff on top of it, and then I could feel the vibrations in the ground, and then it would stop. And then after a while, the thing would start going again. So I don't know if there's any mining going on over there underneath the ground or what. That's about where it was coming from. And I don't know if that's part of the military area or not. But there's nothing on the surface that you would see that looks like mining operations. So who knows what's going on. Secret alien base, man. Anyway, we're walking into the sunset, 12 miles to a place called Middlegate. It's 6:15, something like that. 6:10. And my goal is to get to Middlegate, hang out there during the heat, and then take off when it starts cooling off again. And at Middlegate, in addition to a little cafe, I think they got a bar. No, I don't drink. But I can test out that craving I seem to have of lime and ginger ale and cherry juice. Now that the sun has come up, I need to remind myself, turn around, hurry up before the shadows go away. Hello there. How you doing? Yeah. So I was walking along here with the sun in my eyes. I am naturally looking down, and out of the corner of my eye I saw this, and at first I thought, how did this piece of trash paper get out of here this far off the side of the road? But it's a nice pretty flower. And then come to look, there's a whole bunch of them over here. And then I come to look, or not look, but then I come to smell. They got the most wonderful smell. It's almost, smells really good. It's all a couple things. It's kind of funny. It's almost like, yeah, that is the craving that I have as far as wanting something to eat. But anyway, the smell is kind of like, closest I can think of, it's almost kind of like a fruity jasmine. So I'm going to put this away. I'm going to get on my hands and knees with this pack. Hopefully I can get up and take a few whiffs of these flowers and see if I can figure out what this craving is. Oh. I have to show them to you one more time because they smell so wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You know what kind of flower this is? If you can let me know what it is. I want some. I think I'm going to pick one and take it with me. That's interesting. I've been sniffing that flower for quite some time now. Kind of like sniffing paint, man. But Those flowers were only in that one patch there. I was going to wipe it on my face, but I don't know if there's poison. If it, draws you in, but then it's poison, it's going to kill you. So I mashed some up on my hat. Hopefully I'll have that essence. And I wanted to take some of those flowers and put in my water. So I've been walking into the sun. It's been kind of blinding me. That's why I've just been pretty much looking at my feet. But it's a good thing that this fence is here. Otherwise, oopsies, I might have taken a small detour. I don't know how deep it is. I threw a rock down there, and there was even a raven down there. And it didn't sound like it was too deep, but from that vantage point, you couldn't really see the bottom. And you think Nevada's flat, huh? This is the second summit I've done since last night. I'll show you the other picture. And I've got a sequence of summits to go up and down, up and down, up and down as I go through Nevada. So take a look at a map of Nevada, or if I've got one, I'll put it up here too. You can see it's anything other than flat. And I think I may have mentioned this a while back, a few episodes ago. Nevada is actually the most mountainous state in the Union. All the mountain ranges it's got. Look at this up here. So we've already gone through two. And we got another one. Where are we here? Another one coming up. Got another one coming up. And then you can see the one in the middle after that. And then you can see the one after that. And then behind that one with the snow. There's more beyond that. In fact, I'll be going through the Monitor Valley as well. And I'll be a little bit south of it. But it'll actually be the exact center point of Nevada. But then going through the Monitor Valley, I'll have another range or two by the time I get to Eureka. And then after that, another one or two by the time I get to Ely. So up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. But I'm having fun. And I'll even have more fun once I eat all this food down and get this weight off my back. Sheesh. I got too much food, man. Too much food. I guess it's all mindset, right? When you see that big, long, lonely stretch of highway in front of you. I guess it could be easy to be driven to despair if you're just focusing on that long stretch being in front of you. Oh, I got to do that. But I look at it kind of as a sense of, man, it's a pretty looking road. And I'm going to be able to see every inch of it instead of just zooming by. It is quite pretty though, that's for sure. Getting a little warm out here. Sun's doing its thing. But look what I found. Nice culvert. Reminds me of, it's pretty clean too. Reminds me of on the first walk when I camped out overnight in the culvert underneath Route 66. It looks like they just laid this not too long ago. You still got the footprints in here of the wet cement. All right, I'm taking a break, And I think I got another, I don't know, 5 miles, 4.75 miles to Middlegate. We'll see what happens with that. Lime juice, ginger beer, and cherry juice. You can be the next star with the acoustics over here. That was a nice little cool break underneath the highway. So close to everybody, and yet nobody knows you're here. So let's take off now. Oop, don't trip. Oop, ba-doop, 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 boop. So I found another culvert back there. This one was just a corrugated one. It was dirty, had bugs. Hopefully I brushed off all the bugs that were on my backpack. There were a lot of them. But I think I got about 2 miles to go to Middlegate. Lime juice, ginger beer, cherry juice. Don't let me down, it's calling me. And who knows, maybe a big, juicy hamburger. Doesn't have to be big, but it does have to be juicy. Juicy. I just came across this here, a marker for the California Trail. And I was like, it's got a little, I don't know if you can read it, like a journal entry from somebody who had been coming along on the California Trail. And this here too, looks like a solar powered well. It's pretty tall, but I jumped up there, looked inside. I don't know if you can see it. Water's pretty green, isn't it? If you can see it. Yeah, I wonder if that's my lime juice. Don't take any chances. I'm smelling some more of those fruity jasmine flowers that I smelled that we came across this morning. I don't see any. Maybe we should go down this road and take a shortcut. What do you think? Shortcut or the highway? Shortcut or the highway? Shortcut saves us 2/10 of a mile. Did you say shortcut? Oh, you said highway? Yeah. We don't need no stinking highway. Huh. I wonder if this shortcut was a good idea. Of course it was. We're on our old friend again, the old Lincoln Highway. And look at that. It's leading us right to Middlegate Station. Yes, sirree. We made the right choice. Yes, we did. Okay, I stopped here.
I got them.
No ginger beer, but we do have ginger ale. So I got 1, 2, some water to start. So far, so good. It's meeting the craving. The lime is doing it with a little bit of sweet. So I'm gonna hang out here for a while.
Drinks, man.
Get some to eat and then take off.
It's gonna go to my guy with the sunglasses on and the gray.
Well, here we go. We got ourselves a nice sunset view as we walk off from Middlegate. I stayed there a few hours. It's a little bit after 5 right now. Yes, I hear you. Hello. I hear you saying hello, but come along with me if you want. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, got a pretty little view up here. I don't know how much longer I'm going to walk. I don't know if I'm going to go another 2 miles or another 2 hours. If I go 2 hours, it'll be a 17-mile day. If I go 2 miles, it'll be 14. But anyway, and I thought 5 o'clock was going to be a little bit cooler, but it's not. Oh well. Oh, and one more thing I want to tell you is that, yes, They didn't have ginger beer, as you already saw, but the combination of lime, ginger ale, and grenadine did seem to make cravings go away for now. I had 3 of them. So back in the 1980s, I went to a restaurant in Phoenix called the Spaghetti Tree. And the Spaghetti Tree, you walked into the lobby, they had these trees that had spaghetti hanging from it. And then they had this video showing how the farm workers in Italy actually harvested spaghetti from the spaghetti trees. And up until that point, I always thought that spaghetti was made in a machine or in a factory or something like that. But no, spaghetti grows on trees. Likewise, I always thought that shoes were either made by cobblers or in a factory or something, but no. They actually grow on trees. Take a look at this. The shoe tree right here off the side of US 50. And I guess even from the days of the immigrants coming through, because we're still on the California Immigrant Trail as well, this tree still stands to offer its plentiful bounty of shoes to all those who pass by and need shoes. I don't need shoes, so I'm not going to pick any. I'll leave them for the next person's. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And also there was another one of those markers there with a, here I'll put it on here, see if you can read it, with a little journal entry of people saying that they're getting up to Middlegate, they're going to stop and take a lunch, water the horses, and then move along, and know that they're not going to have water until another 20 miles or so, which is where we got water. And they already knew ahead of time it wasn't going to taste good. Such a pretty sight late in the day, and how fitting to have such a pretty sight and to also have kind of a bittersweet feeling. Why is that? Well, this is US 50. It's the old Lincoln Highway. And this, I think, is State Route 722. And you know what that means? We're turning off our friend US 50 that we've been following for about 100 miles. We're turning off our friend Lincoln Highway that we've been following off and on since Auburn, California. And now we're heading into remote sections unknown. We're going over those mountains somewhere. And I was going to push on for about, for another mile or other hour or so. But I thought in such a fitting, bittersweet time like this, maybe I'll just try to find a campsite out here. And in the morning, have a fresh beginning with a new friend. 722. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So I guess I'll see you in the morning. See if I can find anything good out here. Where in this trough did you fill up with water? Did you say right over here?